The Appalachian outlier. The name SHEEPSQUATCH might conjure images of parody or urban legend, but the creature often tied to this name has persisted for over a century in the rugged hills of West Virginia, particularly in the TNT area near Point Pleasant, and in the wilderness near Boone, Kanawha, and Mason counties. Far from a joke, reports of a white-furred, horned, bipedal predator have surfaced across generations, from loggers in the 19th century to military contractors in the Cold War, and most recently from game wardens and amateur survivalists in the digital age. Although dismissed by most wildlife authorities, the SHEEPSQUATCH, or what's called SHEEPSQUATCH, is one of the few cryptids that combines traits of prey and predator, suggesting a creature not yet classified, or worse, a sick mutation of known species. First mention: the sheep killer of Coal River, 1897. The earliest documented reference comes from the Coal River Valley region in 1897, where newspapers reported a strange white beast killing sheep and making a bleating noise like a dying child. Witnesses described a massive creature covered in dirty wool-like fur, possessing ram-like horns curving backward, walking on two legs, emitting a strong sulfurous odor. Farmers in the region found dozens of sheep mutilated, not eaten, just torn apart and left. No tracks matched local predators. Some initially blamed mountain lions, but the killings continued for 6 more winters, often with no blood at the scenes, as if the bodies were bled dry. The nickname SHEEPSQUATCH didn't emerge until the late 20th century. Early locals called it the White Devil, the Bleater, or simply the Death Ram. Physical profile, compiled from 1897 to 2020 reports. Eyewitness accounts, when filtered for consistency, describe a creature with the following traits. Size: 7 to 8 feet tall, standing upright. Build: heavily muscled torso with broad shoulders and narrow waist, more humanoid than ursine fur. White to yellowish, coarse and patchy, especially around joints. Head: a blunt, almost canine snout, with large molars and small canines. Eyes: deep-set and dark, occasionally described as glowing yellow at night horns. 2 backward curving horns, resembling a ram or goat, protruding from the skull. Limbs: long, with large paw-like hands, sometimes reported with claws. Gait: walks upright, sometimes gallops on all fours at great speed. Scent: consistently reported as sulfuric, with some comparing it to rotting eggs or burning hair. The odor, strangely consistent across unrelated witnesses, is one of the most compelling details, often indicating territorial marking, disease, or something more geological or chemical in origin. Sighting clusters and behavioral patterns. 1971. Military reports from the TNT area. While investigating old chemical bunkers from World War II near Point Pleasant, private military contractors reportedly saw a white thing the size of a man-bear at the edge of their floodlight perimeter. It stood motionless for 10 minutes, then ran silently into the trees. One guard later developed severe skin rashes and claimed the creature was steaming from the shoulders like it was burned. That report was declassified in part in 1998, but several names were redacted. 2. 1994. Boone County encounter: teenagers camping near a hollow in Boone County were awoken by something large snorting outside the tent. They saw a white beast, like a sheep that had walked out of hell, described as hunched, with arms like a gorilla and goat horns. One camper was scratched. His shirt had 3 deep rips through the back. When authorities investigated, they found no animal tracks, but scorched vegetation in a circular patch about 8 feet wide. 3. 2015 to 2020. Trail camera and drone reports. Hunters using trail cams near Elk River caught several blurry night images of a pale creature walking bipedally, hunched, with a mane or thick scruff around its neck. In 2018, a drone operator posted footage, later deleted, showing a white form moving against the terrain at unnatural speed. Some frames showed curved horns and what appeared to be a hunched back. Natural theories and explanations. While most mainstream scientists reject the idea outright, a few naturalistic theories have been floated by cryptid researchers and fringe zoologists. 1. Mutated goat-bear hybrid. Unlikely but popular theory. Given its fur and horns, some claim the SHEEPSQUATCH is a genetic mutation, perhaps descended from escaped livestock, crossbreeding with wild animals, and exposed to chemical waste, especially near the old TNT chemical bunkers used in World War II. However, there's no known species that matches its build, size, and intelligence. 2. Misidentified megafauna relict. Another theory is that SHEEPSQUATCH may be a relict species tied to prehistoric ground sloths or Paleolithic ungulates, somehow surviving in isolated highland biomes. It would require vast, unmonitored wilderness, but in Appalachia, that still exists. 3. Paranormal or interdimensional being. Given the sulfur smell, scorched earth signs, and fear response from animals, some have connected SHEEPSQUATCH to paranormal phenomena, possibly a manifestation, entity, or ultra-terrestrial creature, rather than a biological one. This theory is reinforced by the proximity of Mothman and UFO activity to many sightings, but lacks hard evidence. Modern status and dangers. The creature hasn't been credibly photographed, but its behavioral profile suggests highly territorial, nocturnal, or crepuscular, active at night or during twilight, at twilight. Possibly omnivorous, but attacks with extreme aggression. Seems to avoid large populations, but may investigate smoke, light, or chemicals. Livestock mutilations in the Tug Fork Valley have been blamed on it as recently as 2023. Some Appalachian locals still hang iron objects or copper charms near barns, just in case. A few older residents refer to it by a different, older name, the Bramble Lord.